Hello, Froggy here, and I finally got the crossbow. It took me something like 20 Hydra players, but I do finally have it. Thanks a lot to the various LFG teams that I played with to get this, especially the last group, which stuck with me until I finally got it.
Yay, let's go, got it.
I was beginning to think that Bungie was simply hiding it from me because it was too powerful. Anyways, as I'm sure many of you have seen by now, the projectiles can be climbed on. Although, I would probably recommend not having it set to explosive bolts, as those will hurt you. But you can grab them and jump and keep on climbing up. Takes a little bit to get used to, because if you aren't too careful and shoot too close to the wall like that, you'll find that you can't stand on them. But as long as you push back a little bit and shoot before you're too high, you can just keep on going. You can even grab them while you're jumping, so it should be possible to do this on all classes and not just Titan with their nice catapult lift. But yeah, this is a like an upgraded version of what we used to do with stasis climbing before we had strand flying, or the sticky nade climbing before that. Although it's strictly better than that was, because you can pick up the bolt. You can climb up this entire wall using a single shot. But yeah, I don't think we'll actually be doing this terribly much, because strand flying is just so powerful, but at least we have another way to climb up walls. But yeah, that is pretty fast. Like, this would have taken I don't know, a minute or two to do using the old stasis climbing. Unfortunately, the bolt does go away if you die. Unfortunately, you can't climb to bolts that are stuck to the shield or other guardians, for instance. They are all intangible. But it is kind of neat that if you have a bunch of bolts on the ground, you can actually pick them all up at once if they're close enough together. They have strange interactions with other entities as well. Let's see if I shoot these towers on Dreaming City. The bolts seem to fall to the bottom. They seem to go through some doors. And also, for some reason, shooting them upwards like that sticks? Not entirely sure what's going on there. But anyways, gonna go head over to a kind of more door-like entity over here. Oh, went past that a little bit. The crystal statue part thing that blocks Last Wish. Yeah, but you can see if I shoot it, it seems to fall off and then land on the inside of the wall there. Like, you can kind of see the tip of it sticking out there, so that's pretty weird. Not super sure what's going on. Anyways, they seem to interact with the hub fairly normally, so you can see that at least private to private, the bolts went along with me. And on the public to private, let's give that a try here at Dark Forest. Well, that one transferred to these, so they can transfer. Don't know if the other one was even in hub. You can also do some fun things sticking them onto guardians. So this is in a public zone, and as soon as Na goes through the load, the bolts just remain in the air where the Sparrow was last rendered. So it's not exactly where the load zone is, but I don't know, might be something interesting there if we can figure out any more patterns. So, interestingly, the crossbolts can also be used to block spawns, or at least non-default spawns. I didn't have any luck doing, say, a fallback with them.
Should be about right here.
But it's not super consistent. I was able to get it fairly consistently on very flat ground, but any sort of bumpiness seemed to make it a lot more difficult.
Can you block spawns?
See, the ghost moved right away there. Not exactly sure why that happened. But yeah, it is possible that you could use this to rescue someone who accidentally sets a spawn in box pull. And if you could, it would be a lot easier to do with the crossbolt than it would be with stasis. But you can't use it to save yourself, since the bolt disappears when you die. And doesn't seem like this is super reliable either. I think you might have to get a shot so that the bolt is sticking up a bit to get it to work. And you don't always have that luxury.
Maybe it has to be the exact point or something. A certain angle.
Yeah, it is not super clear to me what you have to do to get it to align properly.
There you go.
Also, they can't be seen cross-zone. Well, that was a bad example. I am in the hub here. Let's try it the other way. You can see the trail, but the bolt is nowhere to be found. You can see them. But yeah, no bolt. So we still have sticky nades for that. Anyways, they are quite an interesting weapon, and I would recommend grinding out this encounter until you get one. Maybe someday we'll get another source. But anyways, happy exploring.